Hi.
Hi Flosstube, I'm Susan.
And I'm Beth, and we are the
2 over 2 Stitchers.
This is a YouTube channel all about cross stitch, and this is our 5th episode.
Which is pretty awesome.
It is, isn't
that
it?
We've made it this far.
Yeah,
yep,
we're super excited about that. So how was your stitching week, Susan?
So my stitching for the last 2 weeks has actually been busy. I had a couple bigger finishes. I had some smaller starts and finishes, and my little arm still isn't cooperating 100%, so I start and stop. I'm slower than what I normally am, but I'm getting things done, and I'm certainly shopping, so that's a good thing too. How was your week?
Mine wasn't that bad. I've done quite a bit of stitching, but I've also had a lot of non-stitching life things to do in the past couple of weeks, which means that I haven't had a lot of full days just to set and stitch and do much else. Yeah. So while I've stitched on quite a few things, I haven't gotten the gigantic progress I think that I hoped on some things. Okay. But still, it is what it is. I've still gotten to stitch, right? Yeah. I mean, that's what matters.
Yep, every stitch counts.
So did you watch some fun Flosstube videos this week?
I did. I found Niecy Lynn, because you had suggested her last time, and she's darling. Absolutely, I just love watching her. I love watching Mama Joan, Made by Mama Joan. Of course, I watched The Housewives this week. I watched a little bit of Pam and Steph. Normally, I would watch Pam and Steph when I was driving to work, but since I'm on a medical leave, I got to fit them in somehow. But some fun floss tubes, and I have a list of people that I'm going to start watching from watching them. So it's kind of like growing my view of people.
Right. Awesome. I watched Elizabeth Can Stitch this week. She's been on Flosstube for a while, but not very long. I think maybe she has, I don't know, 15 videos maybe of that. She does a lot of cool small things, but she also does some samplers and stuff, so she has a good variety, and I really like that.
Cool.
And she's younger, I would say, like more my kids' age than ours, but still really good.
Awesome.
And she also does other things besides just cross stitch. She quilts and sews and all kinds of other fun things. So it's cool. I also watched Jean Farish, I think is her name.
Ooh.
She is a longtime cross stitcher and designer. And the thing that I have gotten to love about her channel is that every time she does a video, she talks about and shows how to do a different kind of stitching technique. Oh, that's so if you're interested in starting to learn some specialty stitches, or maybe even like me, I've been stitching forever, but like she'll talk about the proper name for some stitching things that like, oh, I've been doing that forever, but I didn't know that's what it was called.
A more formal.
Right, more formal kinds of things, which is really neat to kind of learn. So even if you've been stitching a long time, I found that I can usually find something on her channel to learn about.
Awesome.
And her videos are usually only like 20 minutes or so long, 30.
That's great.
So pretty quick and simple and easy to follow. And she actually changes her camera so that when she wants to show those techniques and such, that it's the actual view of her actually stitching or doing it, so you can actually really see how to do it, which is really
awesome. Techy.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
So, we did go shopping. We went
on
our shopping trip.
We did go shopping. That's right.
We hit up the McDonald's drive-thru. Beth picked me up. We went to Hobby Lobby.
And Michael's. Right?
And Michael's. Beth found a cloche.
I did
Hobby
find
Lobby. We took a picture.
Didn't purchase it, but I found one.
We found one, and I bought a ton of ribbons, some finishing items at Michael's that I'll show you. But all in all, I was tired at the end of the day, but we had a good shopping trip. So we're going to do it again. We didn't hit up the Goodwills, and that's our next journey.
Think so.
Is to get to the Goodwills and see if we can find some frames and finishing.
I think both of us, or I especially, bought a lot of finishing things to finish. I didn't bring any of those with me today because they're scattered around my house in various stages of actually finishing.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that by the time we get ready to video next time, I'll actually have some FFOs to show.
I think both of us will have some more, we hope. Because
Yeah.
I just wasn't, you have to be in the mood to do finishing. At least I do.
Right.
And I did finish one item or two items, but then I just lost my mojo. And, you know, you got to have that creative juice going to be able to figure out what picture you want to put with it, what ribbon, how you're going to cover the buttons, or what fabric to use. And it just, if you're not in the mood, it doesn't work. So.
Well, and after we shopped, I stopped at the Hobby Lobby in my town before I went home. And I found this awesome board to put one of my pieces on, but it was unfinished. So then it meant that later in the week, I had to go to Menards and get some stain, and then I had to talk my other half into staining the board. And so we have everything stained and prepared.
It's just never
now.
easy.
No,
it's never quick, never easy.
You know, the thing about that for me is that then when I put that on the wall, it's been a family effort, right? Because I've stitched it, she stained it.
Yeah, there you go.
So there's some pride from both of us
there you go.
which is cool.
Good. So next we're going to show some previous finishes. I have the previous finishes this week, right now.
Right.
I had my husband do some painting on his day off, so now I feel I can eventually get all of my Halloween up. So I thought I would show you some of my Halloween pieces.
So we'll be right back with that. Hi, welcome back.
Hello.
So Susan's going to show us her finishes, or her previous finishes.
Finishes. This one is by Fancy That. It's a little Halloween witch. The chart is very old. I probably stitched this one in the 1990s, I believe.
Okay.
It was framed beautifully for me by House of Stitches in LaPorte, Indiana. And she is just the cutest little witch ever.
It is so cute. I really love that.
So that's one of my finishes.
I really like that. That's a cute Halloween piece.
Next up is Lizzie Kate Velcro.
Oh, I love this. This is so cool.
Now this one I stitched again in the probably in the 1990s, and it was framed differently. But then I will show you its companion piece. And once I stitched the companion piece, I took this out of the original framing so that I would have matching pieces. So there's Velcome. And
it is so
love
cute.
those guys. And then here is Ghoul's Night Out that I did. And so I bought complimentary frames and mats. Again, this is season framing. I just popped it in there with some Scotch tape, probably, and it's just a regular picture frame, nothing fancy.
I love that. That is so cute.
The only thing, the mummy is hard to see. Like, you can see the wrappings of the mummy. I've often thought, should I take this back out and back stitch around the mummy's legs and the mummy's body to see it better?
I think in person you can see it, just isn't showing up as good on camera.
Yeah. So, of course, I love Lizzie Kate. I love Fancy That. Here's a couple more. This one is a Cricket Collection, I believe.
That's cute.
A little Boo Witch. Again, this was framed by House of Stitches probably 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It does have the little ceramic buttons on the inside. This was one of the very first Halloween pieces I did.
I love that.
And then this is Happy Haunting by Lizzie Kate.
I like that.
And again, House of Stitches did the framing on this for me. I love the green frame to pick it up. This is done on like an oatmeal. I know that there's a special name for this fabric. It's a 14 count, and I think it's like an oatmeal Aida. It's very, very soft. It has little flecks of color in the fabric, so I know that there's a name for it.
Is that Fiddler's cloth stuff?
It could be Fiddler's cloth, yeah. And then it has a cute little button, and then I did do Krynic on some of the purple parts so that it does sparkle.
That is so cute.
So I love Halloween. I take everything down in my house and put all of these pictures up for Halloween. So those are the previous finishes for Halloween.
That is awesome.
And now we're up to whips.
Oh my. All right. We'll be right back with those. All right, we're back. So Susan's got a whip to show us this week.
One whip.
That's all right.
Because I did have quite a few finishes, which you will see. And this I actually didn't even have the chart handy. This is Well-Behaved Women by Lizzie Kate. I hope my daughter doesn't watch this. It's for her. But I don't think she'll watch this. But anyway, it'll be for Christmas. And
is that better?
yeah. I did get, I picked a 28 count gray Jobelin to use. And I'm hoping she'll put this up in her classroom. She's a teacher, so I'm hoping she puts this up. But it'll be a Christmas gift. And like I said, I don't think she watches her mama. So that's all I have. I do need to do some new starts, but as you'll see, I finished quite a few things. So that's what I was busy working on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What you got?
I have a little stack full of stuff. So I thought I would do this differently this week. So Susan hasn't seen these beforehand, all right?
Right, because when she was unloading them on the previous videos, I would squeal seeing how much she got done. And then I said, just do it and surprise me on the video. Right. So here we go.
So this is, it is Sampler September. Let's remember that. So I have worked on nothing but Sampler.
That's awesome.
Stuff. So this is Little Pink Houses by Annie Beez. Seeing that, okay? So last time I had one house done, and I had started doing the motifs within the middle heart.
Ooh.
So here we go.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
So this is on 32 count cedar plank.
Oh, that's
fabric.
pretty.
So I have the heart done. The next piece I'll start to work on, I think, is filling in the rest of the white work down at the bottom of this.
So question for you.
Which is not showing up very well on camera, is it? Liz, go ahead.
A lot of people talk about if you're doing red with lighter colors. Did you stitch the white first and then the red?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Okay. I always can never remember what to do on that.
Yes.
But it's usually the lighter color first and then the darker color?
That's what I prefer to do.
Okay.
The reason why I prefer to do it that way is because sometimes if you were to stitch the darker color first, when you stitch the lighter color right next to it, it might actually pull up some of that dark color with it, and then it doesn't look as true white.
That's what I thought.
So that's why I always stitch the lighter.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
And anything I do, pretty much, if I can in that area, I will stitch light to dark as far as coloring goes.
That's beautiful.
And the other purpose of that for this one in particular is that I would rather stitch all the little motifs within this and then just set and mindlessly fill in.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Great.
So there it is. And that I only worked on that one evening, so that wasn't bad for one evening's worth of work, I didn't think, but
that's going to be so pretty.
So I did work on that. The next one that I worked on is My Heart Can Rest by Blackbird Design. Here's the chart. Remember, I'm not doing this stuff at the bottom here. I'm just doing the things within the border. So this is on a piece of, do I have the thing in here? I do not. 36 count something. Ooh. So I finished up all of the flowers and buds and such around the border. Ooh. And I am now working on, started working on the middle. So I also got the basket portion done as well.
Because the basket wasn't done last time, right?
The basket wasn't done, and none of this stuff. I had the vine done, but I didn't have the leaves or the flowers done on any of this or this side of the bottom. So I did all of that as well.
Very pretty.
So, and I think I worked on this like a day and a half-ish.
And that's using one thread, correct?
That is 1/2 on 36 count. I want to say this is Butter Pecan, but I'm not really certain of that.
Okay.
From Zwiker. I think maybe that's what it is. So then there is this other thing that, you might have heard about on Flosstube. I don't know. It's called Coming to America.
Everybody but me is stitching it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think there are lots of people that aren't.
No, there's so many people are.
So this is on, I'm stitching mine on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha.
Okay.
Okay. One strand over 2 threads. So this is where I'm at. I have the top top section done. I'm going to close in here so you can see it.
Oh my God, I want to stitch that.
For anybody else that's stitching this, I'm going to share a couple of things with you. So these lovely pelicans, I guess, or I don't know what they are, birds of whatever sort. I don't know if it was the coloring of the fabric piece that I received or if it was the coloring of my floss, but the birds didn't show up very well, so I actually backstitched around them to get them to pop more. That wasn't, that wasn't called for in the pattern, but I did that to help pick that up a little bit better so they showed up.
Like that top section would be a beautiful picture alone.
Yes, you could definitely just do this as a section. Correct. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So that's where I'm at.
Oh, and the little
the little guy, I even have the masks in and everything. So the top section is completely finished.
That's awesome.
So I will next start to work on this.
And the waves are so beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? Oh. Yeah. I really like it.
I do love it.
I do like it a lot.
I'll live vicariously through your coming to America.
It's all good. So next, when I pick this up, I'll probably work on this later today. I'm going to start on the Cape Cod section here. I don't know if you can tell that. This next, it says Cape Cod, and then there are two women here standing, and there are some stitching motifs and such in that. So I will start on that section next. Okay, so there's that one. I'm not done.
You got a lot done on that.
So the other piece I worked on is Plum Street Samplers Pink House Sampler. This is the one that I'm doing in honor of my mom. So there's the actual photo, and here's my progress on this. Which, by the way, isn't much. Like, I stitched maybe like an hour or so on this, and that's it. Yes, this is the way this happens for me sometimes. So basically, I went down and did some more of the bottom area here.
Excuse me.
The bottom border that has the sheep on it.
Oh.
And I started working on some of the sheep there. This is on a piece of 28 count denim, I think, from Weeks Dye Works. It's right here. What is it? Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 30 count. Open the thing up. Blue jean. 30 count blue jean from Weeks Dye Works. So that's my progress on that one. Not much. I literally, like, after we had so much other stuff to do, I think I worked on it for like maybe an hour or two one evening, and that was it. So, not much, but
I still love it.
A little bit's better than nothing, right?
Right.
Okay, then my last whip I have is a sampling by Anne. This is the one that's by Shakespeare Peddler that I've pretty much changed all the coloring on.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's the chart. And this is on, do I have a tag in here for this? I don't. Did I put on there? I did not. I don't know what this is on. It's on, oh, this is the one that's on a piece of 28 count. Heroic, I think.
Heroic, yes, because it has the blue and the red.
Yeah.
Oh.
So here we go.
Nice.
So I actually, I had the house finished, I think, already. I worked on this large quilt kind of motif and the bird and this little
the grass is so
here.
pretty too.
So there we go. And I also worked on bringing the border up here a little further.
Nice.
So these others, obviously, I didn't, like, I would work on coming to America for 3 or 4 days, and then I'd pick up one of these for a day to work on. So if I had other things to do that day, I might have only gotten a couple hours in the evening on it. But I didn't want everything else to languish while I only worked on coming to America.
I know, it's hard when you get a favorite, isn't it?
It is.
And then you feel like you're leaving the other orphans.
But my problem is right now, they're all my favorites.
Yeah.
Like, I can't leave any of them really and feel well about it.
Sure.
So those are our whips for this video. We'll be back in just a minute with some finishes and FFOs.
Awesome.
Stop. All right, so we're back with finishes.
And I didn't have any whips compared to Miss Beth here because I had a lot of finishes. So let me show you.
I didn't have any finishes. So this is the Susan portion of the program.
Well, and I also like to do smalls. So my first finish, I was actually inspired by Beth doing the one over, just using one thread stitching on, and I had this really pretty tea-dyed Ada in 18. So this is cute. October from Lizzie Kate, and I will probably make this into a little pillow. I've got a nice dough bowl that I keep on my coffee table, and I have enough to fill it up with Easter and enough to fill it up with 4th of July, so I need to decide if I'm going to put this on the Halloween tree as an ornament, but I'm thinking I'm going to make it into a pillow for the dough bowl.
That's cute.
But I loved stitching with just one thread, and I never do that, so that was my inspiration. My next Halloween finish is this little scary pumpkin dude. Now, long story behind this. I believe it is an Etsy pattern. I honestly cannot remember what it is. It's part of a bigger picture that I was going to do for my daughter. And it said something like, I read past my bedtime, and it had scary stuff in it. I gotta tell you, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it at all. I could not get myself to stitch on this, and I kind of pressured myself to say like it was going to be for Christmas. Sorry, Holly, you're getting something else. So I thought, I'm not going to do things that I don't enjoy doing. No. So I cut him off, and he's going to be a little ornament for my Halloween tree.
But he's very cute.
He is cute, and he's holding a book, which is, a skeleton holding a book. But again, I don't feel bad if I don't feel a project, just doing a small portion of it to finish it and call it a day.
Was the entire project full coverage like that?
No, it was like funky bookshelves, but the books were a lot of little itty bitty tiny bookshelves and lots of spider webs, and I had no desire to do all these little tiny books and backstitch them. Yeah. And the more I worked on him, the more I didn't like it. So that was that. Then I did another, this is Joy by Lizzie Kate.
Cute.
I basically just used threads that were left over from the other Lizzie Kate, which was a Halloween one, but I made it work for Christmas and added a couple more colors. But it's Joy Jingles by Lizzie Kate. And again, I did this on the 18 count Ada that was tea-dyed, and this is one thread, and I loved this too.
Yes.
So
I'm so cute.
Starting to like little itty bitty things.
See?
So
yeah, I love that. That is so
pretty. Finished that. Then I did finally finish, and I wish I would have fully finished this. I just again lost my mojo. I did finish this.
This is stunning. I'm just going to
Lizzie
say that.
Kate, thank you.
This is just beautiful.
This is Halloween ABC. It is done on 14 count coffee tea dyed fabric. I have a white shutter upstairs, but I can't figure out how to make it work. So I don't know. I might just break down, take this to Michael's or to House of Stitches and have them frame it one of the two places. I might ask my husband what he thinks. My husband's not a huge fan of the finishes that aren't framed. I think he's more old-fashioned, and he views it as if I put all the time into it, I should really frame it. I'm putting time into a million things, so to me it's not a difference. But anyway, I was real happy with the way this turned out. I absolutely love it.
What is the size? Did you measure that? What is the size of that finish?
I'm wondering if probably 14 by 10, maybe.
I'm wondering if you could buy a bigger frame.
That's what I was thinking.
And even if you had to put some ribbon or something around it,
sure,
to fill in part of the gap.
Yeah.
Rather than having, I don't mind paying to have things formally framed.
Yeah.
But for a seasonal piece that I'm not going to have up all year round, that's just quite a bit of money to put out for.
That's actually what my thinking was on this too.
Yeah.
But then again, look at all the Halloween I have, and I do put. Normally, I'm behind putting up Halloween. Usually by first week of September. I've got the house.
Well, like bigger black one that you have there finished.
Yes.
Ghouls Night Out. I mean,
if I could find
you
a
finished
frame,
this yourself. I mean, right?
Just smushed it in.
Yeah, I mean, that
so
kind of
I could
thing might
easily
work.
find a frame, something like this, and thankfully it has a lot of black in it, and black frames are abundant and cheap.
Yeah,
so
right.
I may do that.
Yeah.
And then to fully finished. Okay, so my first is, I stitched this last year, finally finished this.
This is so cool.
This is Lizzie Kate Spooky String. So how I finished it was when COVID shut down all the retail stores and everybody opened back up, places like Marshall's and TJ Maxx had a bunch of Easter signs that were marked like 80% off.
Right.
Because we were past Easter when they finally opened. So I bought 2 of these, and with the other one I'm going to finish for the 4th of July string. But this is basically an Easter sign that I paid $3 for. I bought some black paint and I painted this. Then this is orange Halloween fabric, kind of polka dotted. And then I just put it on sticky board with a little bit of batting. I glued rickrack around the back of it. And then this bow is magnetized, so I can take it on and off when I store it. And that's ready to be put up. And I'm
so cute.
Super excited about it. I need to work on making bows, and I'm not that great at it. So
I'm not
gonna
good at bows
keep
either.
going.
Yeah.
And then this was my other finish.
That is so pretty.
This, I honestly cannot remember who the designer is on this. And I tried to look upstairs and find the chart, but I don't know what the heck I did with it. This was originally on, it showed it on a piece of lime green fabric, and I did not like these colors on lime green. It's Key Largo is one of the colors. I only used 2 colors of floss, Key Largo and I think it's a mango.
That is so
color.
pretty. I love that.
But it has lots of variegation to it. The fabric is a week's linen, which I gotta say it drove me nuts. My needle kept falling out of it, and I only stitch with, I only use 28 petite needles, so I probably could have changed my needle, but
Yeah,
I just didn't think of it. So my bedroom upstairs is all tropical, beachy, so this will go upstairs unless I put it down here somewhere, but anyway,
so
and
pretty.
the frame is from Michael's, or I don't know. My daughter had a different picture in it, and I took that picture out because I thought this worked perfectly.
Yeah,
So
it
yay,
does.
a
It does.
finish.
That is so pretty.
Finish. This was easy to do. It was just tedious. The chart itself, and again, I apologize. The chart was very hard to read because it was printed on a darker piece of paper, so the black ink you couldn't hardly see. And so counting just to make the stars come out right was, I literally had to count the number of stitches in every single row because in order to be able to see it. So it was not a fun stitch, but I wanted to finish it.
Well, it looks great.
Thank you. So
It's going to match in your house perfect.
Thank you. I love it. I'm glad it's done because it was a year and a half, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So
Wow.
it's done.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good work.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Yay. So I got some things done.
Awesome. I really like those. I'm envious that I haven't finished anything this week.
Well, but yours are bigger. These are smaller.
It is what it is, folks.
Yep. Smalls. That's why for me, I like stitching smalls. And of course, I have a Halloween tree that I put ornaments on. And then I have a separate cross stitch Christmas tree that I put ornaments on. It's not very big. It's like a 4 foot. But yeah, I like the smalls.
Cool. All right. So next we'll be to haul. And yes, we both have some haul this week,
Yes.
I do believe. So we'll be right back with that.
Alrighty.
Want to go first?
You.
Okay, hi. We're back for our haul portion of the program. So I have been doing a little bit of shopping. Wife, if you're watching, this is the time when you can turn the program off.
Please.
Yes, please. The first thing is I am a subscriber of the Just Cross Stitch magazines. So the 2020 Christmas Ornament Edition came in the mail since our last video. There are quite a few really great Christmas ornaments in here. So I'm excited about maybe stitching some of those.
Awesome.
Which probably won't happen until, I would say, probably close to Thanksgiving is when I'll start stitching some Christmas items again.
Mm-hmm.
So I received that in the mail. Then we have a mutual friend who alerted us to a new, I don't know if it's a new store, but it's a cross stitch store that was having a pretty decent sale, like 30% off.
Oh,
called,
online?
Yes, called Starlight Stitchery, I think is what it's called. So they had some Blackbird Design charts on sale for 30% off. I know. You knew I was going to have to do that. So this one is called My Dear Hearts. I'm very excited about this.
Oh, that's pretty.
I think that will be a great piece. And I think I have a piece of fabric that might go on already.
That would be a beautiful companion piece to the one you're doing with the two houses and the heart.
Yes. And then I also got Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day booklet. This is what they consider a mini book. So there are like, I think, three or four patterns in this. But yeah, I thought that was a really good find.
Nice. So
then beyond that, I also made a trip to our local L&S House of Stitches, which, by the way, I did find out they still have 5 Coming to America kits left. So if you're in search of Coming to America, contact them. They have a couple of kits still. October Harvest by Blackbird Designs. I think for 2021, what I want to do is I want to do what I'm thinking about calling Stocking Sundays. So on Sundays, I would work on Blackbird Design stockings.
Oh, that's
the
an
mini
idea.
stockings.
Yeah.
So I started my collection with this one because of the fall themed stuff on it. I really like
pretty
that.
colors.
Yeah. So I purchased that, and then also because the new fall Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine's in, which has an amazing number of cool fall charts on it. I also purchased this, A House of Stitches.
Fun.
Yeah. I also bought a bag full of just DMC and fancy floss stuff. But there's also this other thing in here I'm going to show you that I bought. You might have heard before Pam and Steph talk about a snag nabbit that they like to use. Well, Clover makes a different variety of that called a snag repair needle. And it's a package of 2 needles. So if you're stitching on like a 36 count or something that's finer, there's a thinner needle in there, and then there's a thicker one for like a 14 count or 28 count. So I had them order these, and they have some more of them besides just this one, I think. But I picked this up as well.
So it'll pull your thread back to the back?
So, like, as an example, if, sometimes when you're stitching, you have one stitch that, like, you've put it in the right hole, but it just doesn't lay right. It's kind of wonky or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take my needle and the fat end of the needle, I'll stick it back through that again to even it out.
Yes.
But occasionally that just doesn't even work well for me.
Okay.
So these help with that.
Great.
They're very handy for doing white work.
Okay.
And you know how fun, because the thing about white stitches is that the white makes the imperfections show up even more.
Absolutely.
Than it does if you're doing a DMC 310 or something else.
Sure.
So these are very handy for that.
Good.
So I always like to have one. And I actually, I broke my snag nabbit a couple weeks ago because they're thin, and after you've used them for a long time, they will start to bend a little. And I guess I didn't have it in the drawer the way I thought I had, and I shut the drawer and it just snapped in.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's not going to work. And of course, my Hobby Lobby didn't have any of them in stock. So I went to House of Stitches and I was like, can you order this for me? So yeah, that worked out well. I do have some other things I'm going to show you that are in the plans section of the program. But go for it, Susan.
Okay,
Tell us what you purchased.
so on our big shopping trip, Beth and I went to Hobby Lobby.
That's right.
I love this little can, and what I'm going to do is I stitched the Kathy Haberman collaboration with the Housewives for the Santa that says Mary on it. So what I'm hoping is that I'm going to stitch something seasonal and make it a magnet, and then make this into either like a candy bowl, or we eat a lot of candy at my house. I'm hoping this will be like a candy dish or bucket that I can sit out, and then we just use it season to season. But I love this little container.
That's cute.
Then the other haul, I ordered these like a month ago, and Hirschner's was a little slow. They lost my order. Then they said these were out of stock. But long story short, I got the 2 Christmas books. These are from 2 years ago, from 2018 and 2019. And on Hirschner's, and as of 2 days ago, they were still on there, guys, $9.99 for both books together.
I'm thinking I might have to order those.
Yeah, and very, very cute designs in them. Would I do everything in these books? No, but for $10, if I do 2 things out of each book, to me, I got my money's worth. So those finally came. It took 3 weeks.
The other thing I'll say about those books and other things like that is that oftentimes I might only find maybe 2 or 3 things in there that I would stitch for myself. But then I also usually find several other things in there that I can stitch as gifts for others.
Yes.
That might not be my taste, but I know someone else who would really like that.
And these are the Craftway books that I know that some people have a subscription for. If you don't worry about getting it timely, what I mean, like getting the 2020 for Christmas 2020, just wait 6 months and Hirschner's will have them for much less.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the best way to do that.
And then for haul, I got some beautiful Lady Dot Robin's Egg
That is
chenille.
very pretty.
That came from Needle Case Goodies. I also, for my summer stitching, the little honey
That's cute.
from
I like that.
Hands On Design. From the Housewives, Boo to You. I probably honestly will not start something like this because to me now Halloween stitching is over because I'm decorating my house with it. What I'm going to be concentrating on is Christmas. I personally always stitch a season ahead. So I'll be stitching Valentine's at Christmas time. I'll be stitching Easter when it's in February so that I can get the pieces up in my house. So these will probably start next year, and this is the little Boo banner by Kathy Haberman. I love little banners like this.
Those
so
are
I
cute.
cannot wait to do that, but I have to find the fabric. And this kind of was my inspiration for that little pot that I just showed you from Hobby Lobby. Again, stitching with the Housewives. This is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. They put this on a magnet on like a letter carrier.
I like that. That's cute. I want that one.
And then the last haul that I received is from Stitch and Stash. I ordered fabric. This is a 36 count. I think it's called a whitewash. And then this is a 32 country mocha. Just fat quarters that you always need.
Right.
So
I've not heard of Stitch and Stash before. Is that
it's under Rita's. Yes, it's on Facebook. It's under Rita Reen or Rita's. She has a page, and sometimes I'll join you to it.
Okay, all right.
But it comes from the company that says Sandra's Stitch and Stash. You can tell the dogs ran out of peanut butter.
Okay, all right. Okay, awesome. What else did you get? Is that it?
That's it. Oh, wait, my little ornament.
Oh,
okay. So, guys, I don't know if you do this. I save all my orts for the whole year. And then I put them in like little ornaments. Now, this one is from the Dollar Tree for $1.
I think those are cute.
It is plastic. They only had the jar ones left, but last year I had purchased the round one. I like the fact that they're plastic if they fall off my cross-stitch tree.
Right.
What I will do is get some type of stickers and put 2020 on here. This will be my third one where I just save my little orts and make an ornament out of it for $1.
I think that's cute.
So something for my tree. That's it for haul
Awesome.
this week.
I saw, I don't know if they still sell them, but I had this idea the other day. Remember those, they used to have lamps that you could buy that had, like, it was a glass ball, like, kind of lamp bottom piece.
Oh.
And it just had the stem in it where it had the cording and stuff through it. And then you could fill it with things. And a lot of people would fill them like with those like glass marble-y looking things. I was thinking the other day, I probably am getting close to having enough orts.
Yeah.
That I could fill one of those with
That would be cool. And
which
put it
would
by
be
your stitchy chair.
like in a craft room. Wouldn't that be cute?
That'd be awesome.
For something different. I thought,
Only stitchers would appreciate the fact that we save little tiny threads.
Right, exactly.
But it's cool.
Exactly. All right, well, we'll be back in just a minute with our plans for next week and a giveaway. All right, we're back for plans. we have September to finish up, which I'm working on sampler September, right?
Right.
And you don't really seem to have a theme for September, do you?
I don't, because, I'm not a sampler girl, even though I might be, but not traditional samplers. And so, I just said Beth stitches within the month because she likes her months to be themed.
Right.
I stitch ahead of season so that I can get it framed and up and in my house for decorating. So I have a couple Christmas things started, to be honest with you. I'm going to go through them and decide, do I really love it or not? One of them is Merry Christmas Dear, and it's on the Petite Point fabric.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure I'm going to finish that. I may restart it on a different fabric because I just don't enjoy that fabric. So, and you have
I feel
that.
ya.
Yeah, you feel me. So, I have that Christmas one I'm going to take a look at. I have probably 10 to 15 Christmas ornaments that I need to actually finish to get up onto the tree. And then this was part of my haul, but I am definitely starting this tonight.
That is so cute.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas, and I'll let you see that. I love the ornaments. I love the boughs of evergreen, and I have a lot of dinky dye silks that I would like to go through and see if I can find some really pretty variegated silks to do the ornaments with. So that's my plans, is to kind of finish up what I've got in my basket in the next couple weeks and get the house decorated for fall. Next video, I'll show you the rest of my fall finishes as I put them up, and go from there.
There you go. Well, I will have probably some fall finishes as well to show next week. I have a couple of framed pieces previous pieces that I'll have to show, and then I'm hoping to have some FFOs. On top of that, for the rest of Sampler September, I plan on continuing to work on Coming to America, and beyond the samplers that I've shown today, I have a couple of others in my WIP basket that I will likely pull out and work on a day here or a day there to carry me through.
Sounds good.
And then I have a small, this is not everything, but I thought I would start to kind of show you some of the things I'm thinking of doing for what I'm calling Darktober. So for Darktober, for me, that's going to be all of my fall and Halloween stitching kind of month. That will likely transfer into not just October, but probably the first couple of weeks of Thanksgiving, November as well for me. So there are a few of these that I'm going to show you are things that I already have kitted that I'm ready to start, which is why I went to House of Stitches and purchased some threads because I needed some threads for some of these. This first one is by the Scarlet House. It's called the Autumn Alphabet. It's not a very large stitch. I think it's what is it? 91 by 78. So that's not a gigantic piece. So I'm hoping to stitch that in October. The other one that I'm hoping to stitch is Prairie Schooler. And I'm hoping to get both of these started. This is the Pumpkin Patch.
I love that.
I'm hoping to get both of these started. I love the little set of fours here, but I also love the Pumpkin Patch, kind of more sampler-esque kind of piece there as well. I don't anticipate finishing both of them, but I'm hoping to get them both started at least. And of course, I can't have a month where I don't have a Blackbird Designs.
I love that. Right? And I'm not a huge fan of Blackbird, but I love that crow. So
this is Midnight Ride by Blackbird Designs. Oh. I'm not so sure I will finish it in a what is that called? I'm not sure.
A sewing box.
I'm not so sure I'm going to finish it the way it's displayed here, but I just love it, and yes, I need to stitch that.
Perfect.
The other one that I brought the threads to kit up for is Calvin and Clyde by Stitching with the Housewives. I'm very excited to start this one as well. I will be honest, because I am starting likely close to 30-ish, 35 things for fall and October. I'm not doing fancy floss for everything.
Right.
So this one in particular, I chose to do the DMC version for rather than the fancy floss. I think maybe there are 1 or 2 things that I got the fancy floss for that were major colors in this.
Sure.
But I did not buy all of them.
Because on the smaller size items, you don't see the variegation anyway.
That's correct. That's correct. And the other thing I'll choose to do in some cases, like if it is a bigger item, but like if I recall correctly, I don't think my LNS had the orange colors that it called for the pumpkins.
Yeah.
So I went to the DMC bin and just chose like 2 or 3 different colors of orange.
Perfect.
And I'll just mix them in, you know, and do like maybe even a blended thread in some of them if I have to.
And it'll give you the same
variation.
Effect. Yeah,
right,
for sure.
Right.
It'll give you the same effect.
On a budget. Though.
Yes.
So then these other patterns that I have are some that I want to start, but I will likely just pull from my stash as far as threads go to start these. This is the Halloween Critter Trio by Waxing Moon. I'm thinking I'm doing them all as one piece, probably. I think, maybe. I'm still on the fence about that.
Gotcha. That would be pretty as a banner.
Yeah, it would. It would. And I also am going to start the Haunted House Trio by Waxing Moon is the other one. This one I definitely want to do as a one-piece situation because they're all houses. But I haven't decided is I could do these as one piece and then do these as ornaments and have it so that like maybe my finish for this has pegs on it or something.
Oh, that would be cool.
Hung off of possibly.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So I'm thinking I might do something like that with those. And then I have this other pattern that it is a Cricut collection. It's called Halloween Eve. It is an older pattern. I think what I want to do with this is not stitch it the way that it's shown here, but stitch all of these little trick-or-treaters, if you will, as individual ornaments.
Oh, would that be nice?
And I have some darker colored fabric to put them on.
Oh, that would be nice.
I think that this, as it is, looks kind of dated, but I think if I just did them as little individual ornaments,
sure,
that would work really well.
And then
the other piece of that I'm not so sure about is I have some darker colored fabric that I could use for these, but I also have some black perforated paper that I could do them on, that then I could kind of decorate them up a little bit more like I did the sleds.
It'd be easier for finishing too.
Right, exactly. So I'm
a
thinking
great
I might
idea.
do them in one of those 2 sections. And then from the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher book that I just bought, this one, I thought I'd show you a couple of pieces out of here that I'm really interested in doing. The first one is called Trick or Treat, and it's by Barbara Anna. I love this little guy here. I think if he would go great on a wall with some of those Stitching with the Housewives cat ones that they have.
And you know who was stitching this was Michelle Bendy Stitchy.
Okay.
I believe she had a Stitch With Me video up that showed her actually working on it. It is just darling.
Yeah, he looks so cute. He, she, whatever. And then the other one is, this is called I Put a Spell on You. And it is by Twin Peak Primitives. I've never stitched anything from Twin Peak. So I think that
I haven't either.
Cute.
Very cute design though.
It is very cute.
How nice.
The saying on the bottom of that says, double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Perfect for
So
Halloween.
that's the other one that I'm thinking I might start. I have a stack full of, like I said, 30, 40-ish projects that are fall on Halloween. And I didn't want to bring all of them today, but I thought I would just bring a sampling of these.
So you're doing the same thing like what people do in Jolly July where they start something every day, or Stitch Mania. You're doing that for October just with fall pieces?
That's my plan, but I also, this is the other thing about this, because I really want to get the Coming to America done in 66 days. So my plan is Monday through Friday.
Okay.
To start a fall or Halloween piece every day.
Okay.
And work on that project that day.
Okay.
And then on Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to work on Coming to America.
Only.
And then I'll go back Monday through Friday to work. Which is why I'm thinking I'm extending my Darktober to like the middle of November so that I can do that on the weekends still and have the others done. Which I think is I've said this before, I do not like to stitch on the same thing every single day for a week or 2 weeks at a time.
Right.
I lose interest in it. Even if it's something I love, I have to mix it up. So this kind of helps me do that. And a lot of the small, I have, a lot of the 35 to 40-ish things I want to do are things that probably I could get finished in a day or two.
Yeah.
So I don't feel guilty about starting that many because I know it won't take me that long to get them done. Remember when we first started doing videos, all those small, things that I have from Jolly July that I finished.
Yes.
Remember?
The sleds and that, sure.
Right, same kind of concept with that. Yeah.
That sounds good. So we have a winner from our last video. Last video, we asked you to, we were giving away this little flip it by Lizzie Kate that says woof. And we asked you to mention the word dog. And our winner of this giveaway is Tamara Holler. So congratulations, Tamara. Please send us message us through our email.
Right. Well, I'll put the email, our email down in the description box below.
Great.
So you can send us an email with your mailing address, and we'll get that out to you.
And we'll send this out to you. So congratulations, Tamara. And we do have another giveaway for this week.
That's right.
One of the things that I mentioned was my family likes to eat candy. I mean, we have candy dishes everywhere. So you have to use the word candy because we are giving away this little Lizzie Kate. And it's called Treat Time. It has a little pumpkin. And the little pumpkin has candy popping out of the top of it. So in your comments, let us know what your favorite candy is, what you like to eat. Okay, I love candy corn. A lot of people don't like candy corn.
I'm not a candy corn person.
I love candy corn. And I'm very upset that the Peeps factory is shutting down now until Easter. No Halloween Peeps, no Christmas Peeps. Not quite sure what I'm going to do. Because I love Peeps. So again, candy, mention that in what you like for Halloween, and we'll pull a winner in the next couple weeks for this.
Exciting.
So fun.
Don't mention the word giveaway.
Please do not.
You need to be 18 years or older, so that way you can share with us your contact information if you win. U.S. residents.
Yep.
So we're mailing to the U.S. only.
And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we're just also happy that you guys are taking time out of your busy days and busy lives and spending a little bit of time with us. We love doing these videos.
We do. For me personally, it's a good excuse to come over to Susan's house and visit for a half an hour.
And for me, it's a good excuse to get stuff done. So it fuels both of us.
It does. And it's also a good excuse to have to purchase hauls, so I have other things to show. Right?
Absolutely.
Right.
So until next time, Flosstube, have a great couple weeks and always count your stitches.
That's right. Have a good day. Bye.